The Minnesota Supreme Court has overturned the third-degree murder conviction of former Minneapolis officer Mohamed Noor. Noor was convicted in the fatal shooting of Justine Damond in 2017. She had called 911 to report a possible sexual assault in the alley behind her home shortly after Noor and his partner arrived at the scene. Damond walked out to meet them, startling them in the process. Noor testified he thought his partner's life was in danger, causing him to fire his gun at Damond, hitting her in the chest and killing her. The jury acquitted Noor of second-degree murder, but convicted him of third-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter and was sentenced to 12 and a half years in prison. So what exactly does the court's decision mean for other cases involving police killings poised to go to trial in the next year or so? Here to discuss is former Chief Public Defender for Hennepin County, Mary Moriarty. Welcome back, Mary.
Thank you.
All right, so Mohamed Noor was the first police officer to be convicted of murder of a civilian in Minnesota's history. For those who may not be familiar with this case, can you briefly give some background on it?
Yes, you're absolutely right that he was the first police officer who was convicted of killing a community member. The case was extremely controversial, however, because community activists had been protesting about the fact that Black men had been killed by white police officers and they had never been charged, the police officers. And so the dynamics of this case were that in the very first case, when a police officer was charged, it was a Black police officer who was charged with killing a white woman. So right away, that caused a great deal of controversy. And then former Officer Noor was really aggressively prosecuted. As you mentioned before, he was actually charged with intentional second-degree murder, which really did not fit the circumstances at all, because as you described, he was startled because Justine Damond had apparently knocked on the back of the squad car to get their attention, and he fired a shot across his partner through the window and he killed her. It was one shot. So the idea that he was charged with intentional second-degree murder, which Derek Chauvin was not, by the way, that was unintentional second-degree murder, was extremely controversial. And then the prosecutor also charged him with third-degree murder, which hadn't been used in that kind of setting. And I can go through what third-degree murder was, but that was another reason why the case was controversial. The jury did find him not guilty of the intentional second-degree murder, but he was convicted of the third-degree and the second-degree manslaughter.
Mary, can you explain why the Minnesota Supreme Court overturned Noor's third-degree murder conviction in layperson terms, please?
Yes. I should say it was not a surprise at all to many lawyers following the case. The third-degree murder statute is supposed to apply to an act which is reckless. So it's not directed at a single person. It is just a reckless act that happens to result in the death of somebody. And so when you looked at the face of the statute or the law itself, and also all of the cases leading up to it, it simply did not make any sense that former Officer Noor was prosecuted under that statute, because his act was directed at Justine Damond. It was not generally reckless. It was specifically directed at one person. So that's why many of us were surprised he was actually charged with that. There was a motion to dismiss, but the judge found probable cause, and then the jury convicted him. And so what the Supreme Court said was, third-degree murder is what we've always said it is, which is a recklessness standard. The action cannot be directed at a particular person. And in this particular case, Officer Noor's actions were directed at Justine Damond, and so the third-degree statute simply does not fit, and that's why they reversed the case.
I see. Okay. Now, the court ordered that Noor's case be sent back to district court, where he's going to be re-sentenced on the second-degree manslaughter conviction. So does this mean, so far Noor has served more than 28 months in prison, so could this mean that he could actually be released soon?
Yes. He should be resentenced, or sentenced, I should say, on that second-degree manslaughter. You get credit for time served. In other words, all of the prison time he served up until this point counts against that sentence. The sentence, if the judge gives him what we have sentencing guidelines here, I believe he should get out early next year.
All right, so now to the big question that so many people are asking tonight. What impact will this decision have on Derek Chauvin, who was found guilty of second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter?
Yeah, the third-degree murder charge, if you followed the case, has had a pretty tortured path in the Chauvin case. If you'll recall, he was charged with third-degree murder, and the defense lawyers made a motion to dismiss that, which was granted by Judge Cahill. Then the case went up to the Court of Appeals, and the Court of Appeals ordered that the third degree be reinstated. And that was a 2-to-1 decision, with the dissenter saying, no, it doesn't apply. So we can tell even Judge Cahill at that time didn't think that the third-degree murder applied to Chauvin, and thought, as most of us did, that the Supreme Court was going to reverse Noor. In any event, the Court of Appeals ordered him to reinstate the third-degree murder. By quirk of Minnesota law, we know that Chauvin was convicted of 3 different counts. But because they were all the same behavior and the same victim, he was only sentenced on the top count. The top count was the unintentional second-degree murder. So he wasn't even sentenced on the third-degree murder or the second-degree manslaughter. So we would expect that his lawyer would appeal and that the third-degree murder conviction would be vacated. But he would he's still been sentenced on the top count, and this would not impact that at all.
So the top charge basically eats up everything else below it. Okay. Now, legal experts are divided on how the ruling could affect the trial of the other 3 officers involved in George Floyd's death. Your thoughts on that?
Well, the prosecution was trying to add a count of third-degree murder against those 3 officers, former officers, and that's not going to happen. So they'll be tried on the original charges. I think it's safe to say that the third-degree murder charge will not apply to any of these cases. And so they'll be going ahead on charges other than the third-degree murder. And by the way, we should remember too that
No, go ahead, Mary, please finish.
Yeah, I was just going to remind people that they've all been indicted federally on different charges. So not only are those former 3 officers facing the state charges, but they also have federal charges, as does Derek Chauvin.
Yes, absolutely. All right, former Chief Public Defender for Hennepin County, Mary Moriarty. Always a pleasure to see you. Thank you.